Welcome everybody to the TOC meeting on 26th of August. We have the usual agenda, review actions from last week, then an update from the application runtime platform working group, and then review of the community board, any other business, and that's it. Actions from last week. Ask Florian to bring, yes, I have done it, and we can look over it later. Follow up with build pack approvers to find out release cadency by Greg. I think there was at least a statement in the build packs channel, not a real good one, but it is one. So, okay. Yep, and I guess then, Amelia, the floor is yours.
Okay, I don't have anything to share except the agenda, but I'll share it. My last update was in October last year, so it's been a little bit. Wow, almost a year. The things that I had said were in progress in the last update was file-based service binding information, done. IPv6 dual stack support was just in its RFC infancy. Now all of the PRs are merged. It's an experimental feature. Here's the Bosch property where you can turn it on. I think it's in Silk. And we're just waiting for Diego pipeline to be green to release and to make a new release, which would bring us to kind of the thing that's been flagging my working group for the past. This was taken a week ago, so add 7 more days to this. Diego has not released in a long time. I'm going to say 30 days of that was we just ignored the pipeline until it became red in my little weekly alert. Then ran into issues from assets when I was moving things in GCP accounts. Things have been flakier because of we've changed environments from the Broadcom environments to our new bubble M's and getting everything sized properly. And we have one issue that's left, but unfortunately it's not a flake, it's like a consistent issue with a Windows test, which shows that Windows apps can't log. And so we're trying to get to the bottom of that because that is a bad enough bug. We're not going to skip that. So we have not released. Uh, I get pinged about this a lot. I promise someone is looking at it. We've had someone full time on this pipeline for a long time trying to get it green again. So we're working on it. Uh, Other things that we were starting to do is inline submodules that are only needed in one release, which is why you've seen us archiving repos. So routing release is done. Diego release is in process. Other things that are happening in my working group is we're at the very beginning stages of moving logging and metrics pipelines to open source. Currently, they're only on Broadcom infrastructure and only Broadcom employees have access, which worked okay when Carson was here. Basically, Carson was a one-man show on the Broadcom side for logging and metrics and didn't have the capacity to move them. But now Carson's not here, unfortunately. And the Broadcom employees in this area are like not familiar with CF at all. They are more than happy to hand it over to the OSS. There's a little bit of trepidation because it's all of the pipeline definitions are in Broadcom repos. And they hear, oh, you want us to share our Broadcom repos with the open source? Like that does not sound good to them. And anyway, I think Greg and I have convinced them that it's okay that like just remove any, thing of TAS, where, it mentions something proprietary. But giving the open source the pipelines would help. And thankfully, Jovan from SAP is the one leading the charge to help move them over and get them all set up. I think he might possibly want to convert them into GitHub Actions. Like that choice between Concourse or GitHub Actions, I'm willing to leave up to him because he is our most active logging and metrics contributor or approver. So whatever he wants to maintain, I'm more than happy for it. So we're starting with 2 different releases. These are the ones Jovan recommended, which is Logaggregator, Agent Release, and Log Cache. So hopefully those will be moved over and the approvers can have appropriate access to them. My favorite topic, Go 125 is out. I'm in the process of bumping everything. Here are 2 notices from the release notes that caught my eye. One is about SHA-1 signature algorithms. And you might think, wow, SHA-1 hasn't been secure since 2005. Could anyone possibly be using it? I hope not, but you just never know. So when someone, like when a client complains, hey, it broke, just keep this in mind. We're not going to set the Go debug flag. We're just hoping that people won't run into it. And if people do run into it, please reach out and we can consider setting it. A couple years ago with Go 118, Go disallowed SHA-1 cipher suites, but in those we were able to like analyze the certs at deploy time that you gave Go router and say, whoa, you're giving us the wrong thing, and fail at deploy time with a nice error that we wrote. For this one, we can't do that because it's a signature algorithm that's like negotiated at the time of TLS connection. So hopefully no one is running something so insecure. And I've learned that signature algorithms are something where like the client suggests multiple and then the server chooses one. So hopefully they're not just suggesting SHA-1, they're also suggesting something more secure. Then there was this very ominous line with no other notes around it, which is both TLS clients and servers are now stricter in following the specifications and rejecting off-spec behavior. Connections with compliant peers should be unaffected. And as you know, there's always some uncompliant peer somewhere who wants to do something in some weird way. I could not find, I was going through like the actual PR changes, all the PRs that had been merged into this release to try to understand what they were talking about here. I couldn't figure it out. But just something to be aware of. That's it. That's my update. Are there any questions?
No, seems not the case. Thanks, Amelia. Is there anything what we can do for you?
I will say that keeping this Diego pipeline, we've been having to keep the Diego environment running longer, which means more costs to our cloud spend, which is our favorite thing ever. So I'm just going to keep it running to get it green because I think that's what's needed. If there ever becomes like a hard limit, let me, to spend, let me know and my team can decide where to cut appropriately. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, then I guess we can share.
And I will see you all later. Bye.
Thank you for your update.
See you. Bye-bye. Then we continue with a review of the community board. I think I have it here, and at least the first one, the PRs. Nothing to review. RFCs. Okay, provide custom stacks functionality. This is a topic that we would discuss this afternoon in the ARI working group. So I would say, unless somebody has special comments, then I would say we leave it open and there's continued discussion. Custom header, pretty sure nothing happened. No. And that's already, I don't know how long ago. Enhanced stack handling is another thing for the ARI working group. And then we come to this one. Here we had talked about starting the final comment period. So from my point of view, it would look okay. My comments are in, and yeah, if nobody objects, we could start it.
Sharing your screen? Because really I was, but I'm not seeing.
I think I'm sharing my screen. At least there's a.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now I
It's
see it.
just started, yeah.
Okay. So again, RFC documents
Yeah.
the V3 API. We thought we can start the comment periods, and I would
Yep.
do it.
Great.
On what is next week? I have no idea. Oh, I don't want to open 26. Second. Okay. RFC status. CFSSH, I think nothing has changed. Up manifests v2. I'm also not aware of any activity. Shared concourse instance. But no news. Cloud controller blobster type storage key, that is actually in progress. So we have done the very first minor steps here. Then dual stack support for Cloud Foundry. I think that should be slowly coming to an end. Security groups have been specified, yeah, but I would wait until, let's say, Alex Lies or somebody says it's done. Hash-based load balancing, I think it's still in progress. Service credential binding rotation for applications is also still in progress. So the CF API implementation is now, we thought it is nearly done, just to find out that we have to split the PR into smaller pieces to roll it out in a way that is compatible and doesn't bring any downtime. So first we have to add additional validation into the cloud controller before we can do the database migration and remove the constraint in the database, and then we can add the functionality. So rollout will then start in the next weeks. Locked CF API v2 end of life. I guess I will become active here again sooner or later and will start to open issues on projects where I was able to find v2 references. So for instance, CFCLI, the v7 version is something. It is already out of maintenance, but we should maybe deprecate it and remove it completely, like done for v6 CLI. Documentation, Java client, would be nice to have a roadmap here, how to deal with it, maybe remove at a certain point in time the v2 support, create a new major version. So the old library, the client library is still available, no problem, things like that. And I think there are a few more projects where at least I'm suspicious that I find there v2 references. And, yeah. But otherwise, no activity. Deprecate passwords. Not aware of the status here. Good. That's it. Any other business? Nothing? No action items? Rem, you have something you want to share?
Yeah, I was just saying nothing I know of.
Okay. Good. Then
No, nothing from me.
Good. Great. Then I guess we are done for today and see you next Tuesday.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.